Maybe good and crisp. Because they didn't turn the ball over. Or they've lost a couple of games and Joe Mazzulla got into their ass a little bit, pause. And then you get the result you have tonight going against us and playing with a verve and playing with a confidence and taking care of the ball. Yeah, they made adjustments and, that's what great teams do, especially when they're champions in the league. They handled our pressure. They adjusted to our zone coverage. They started getting open shots, and when you start getting open shots and open looks and you're getting wide open ones, then it's a pretty easy game from there. So we just got to be better on our end to bring that physicality, especially in the half court. And they're a heavy ISO team, so they made a lot of shots down in the fourth quarter where we couldn't get back into the game. I like math because it has no emotions. So they're number one in three-point percentage, I believe, or three-point attempts, and they're last in points in the paint. I mean, that pretty much tells you what their game plan is going to be. Outside of JT and JB, when those other guys get it going, like D. White, and he's hitting some tough threes, and it's hitting nothing but the bottom of the net, and Drew Holiday's hitting some tough ones. That's what makes them special. That's what makes them great. Everybody kind of criticizes them based off what their season is this year, but if you look at their first 42 games, it's pretty similar compared to last year, maybe 2 games off. I've been studying them a lot. But this is a well-coached basketball team, and so are we. And it was a good game in the first half, and we were going at it, down by 10. We missed some easy ones at the basket, but we kept battling and, just left the effort out there on the floor. But we know we got to continue to get better and continue to adjust to what our lineups are going to be. And, playing against the 2 top teams in the league back-to-back, it's a good learning experience.
Yeah, it's not. I know what's going to stand out. So still like what you think of process. Process.
In today's NBA game, yeah, it's too low. But if you ask anyone else that was watching the game, they'd probably tell you that we got some good looks, and those 22 attempts, probably only 2 of them were forced or 3 of them were forced. We got to the line, and they covered it pretty well, and they kept running us off the line, and they wanted the basketball to find a few players out there on the perimeter, and we just weren't as active behind the three-point line. And when you're going against a team like this where, the number is a big difference, it's going to show up. And, they just had to hit probably like 1 or 2 more threes in those attempts, and, they had the game in control. But for us, we just got to look in the mirror and see how we can get better after this, because, going against the best of the best, you have nothing but lessons to take from both those games.
Valley of the male led.
Yeah, he poses a threat for our fives, and being able to, bring the fives out on the perimeter, make them guard the perimeter, have them in rotations. Joe Mazzulla is making some adjustments on the fly. And you kind of heard last year what their offense is about. It's well hunting. So they're trying to get the matchup that they want, make us get in rotation and then get open threes. So, again, we just got to be ready to listen to what our game plan is, and also make adjustments as players out there when we see them again February 6th.
Ready?
No, Kai.
I'll say crazy. That.
Got somewhat of a higher table. So what's up, y'all doing?
I'm curious, Max, as far as Celtics concerned, how difficult it is you see out to go down like?
It's tough, but you got to keep going, just one step at a time. Rough to see him go down like that. Don't know what's going on with it, but other than that, we just next man up mentality, honestly.
So they can't quite do that. Third one, he scored 16 points in the third. What he got?
I think he just got a rhythm, honestly. Every time he came down, he was shooting a 3. Our main task was trying to get them to drive the basketball as much as we could. And, whenever they seen space, they took opportunity with it, so.
Coach Kidd, in this press conference, he said he's never seen anything like it when it comes to how thin or at center and out. It seems like once y'all get someone back, someone goes down. Then what is it like? Have you ever, over your years of playing ball, seen this many injuries just continue to pile on?
I would say kind of like maybe my second year in Washington. We had a decent amount of injuries around that time, but it's rough, Just got to take it, like I said, just got to take it one day at a time. It's gonna be tough when it comes to the injuries, but like that next man mentality is the main thing we have to focus on. It's gonna be a challenge, but we all for challenges at this point.
I know you got about, we're saying next man up, like you write it out. Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm the next man up. So honestly, so just gotta keep a cool head about it. It's nothing to really just get flustered about. It's going to take time, of course, but if we have patience and, we lock into the things that we need to do, I feel like we'll be okay.
Do you feel like your sense of, pressure with you being the next man, as you said?
Not at all. I like a challenge. It helps me grow as a player, and it helps me, have the back of the guys that are out. So
you're playing some of the best basketball right now. Is it just a product of opportunity, just hard work, everything coming together?
I'm really just motivated right now. I got a lot of things that going through my head when it comes to the team. A lot of guys are encouraging me to just, keep my head about it. So when it comes to it, I just go out and I just play free. Honestly, I don't worry about mistakes. I don't worry about, the play before or anything like that. I just have a next play mentality, and I try to just be able to do my job at an elite level and just make sure I talk on defense, block shots, grab rebounds, do everything that I was brought here to do at an elite level every night.
What exactly about the team is running through your head that's leading to these energized thoughts that you're talking about?
It's a lot of ups and downs in this season, and I feel like we get flustered in certain situations. So I had kind of got, in the mix of a lot of that. So I just took a step back, reassessed a lot of stuff, and just took a deep breath and it's going to be okay, because one bad game does not make a season. A couple of bad games, that don't make a season. At the end of the day, we got another game after that bad game or after that good game. We just got to keep going.
I know Lucas got to be reevaluated on Monday. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play. What it mean to have it back?
It'll mean a lot. One of our main guys. It's going to be great to have him back in the lineup if he's playing Monday or if he's playing the game after that. Like I said, just patience. That's the main thing. We having patience throughout all these games that we won, the games that we've lost. All of these games are learning experiences for us, because just like I said, that next man up mentality is a lot of areas that we see that, we're getting better at and can improve on. So,
Daniel, with you talk about you being someone who's brought in to bring that energy, just from an outsider's perspective, it's obvious to see that the plays where you dunk the ball, you block a shot, you yell, it ignites the crowd. How challenging is it to bring that energy every single night? And what do you think that your energy truly brings to the team?
On a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to the challenge of doing that every night, I'd say it's around like a 3 or 4. It's not really that hard for me. I've been doing that all my career from high school up to now. And what it brings to the team, I just feel like it gives us that extra push, If we don't have enough energy, my energy is going to be able to just push guys, the dunks, the block shots, the screaming. That creates momentum for us. And throughout the course of the game, that helps us a lot, because now we're not worried about the mistakes that we made beforehand or just what is to come, So just taking it one step at a time and, just playing ball, having fun.
You spent plenty of time cross-matched on the Drew Holiday. You did a lot of switching, blocked a couple, jump shots. Just how do you think you've grown as a defender guarding in space? What do you think the team can continue to grow handling that switching?
I feel like I've gotten better. Of course, there's a lot of things that I can really get better at when it comes to just like the one-on-one defense guarding guards in this league. Everybody is, dynamic, and everybody can drive to the basket. Everybody knows how to shoot over big like me. So that's one of the things that I would say is a challenge for me to be able to just take that next step and to be, better when it comes to defensively one-on-one for me. But that's in general, I feel like that we're in the right spot when it comes to, us switching 1 through 5 and stuff like that. I feel like that we're making progression in the right direction.
Just how challenging is it handling all that when they're getting up that many 3-point attempts over the course of a full game?
I really can't say. Throughout the course of the game, it's like ups and downs. When it comes to a point to where they're just like making threes, getting so many up, it is tough. To be in a position to where they're making the threes over me. So it's a up and down scale, I would say, when it comes to that.
Good. Got it.
Is it?
All right.
That's it.